Hello everyone, this is Neha Sharma. Today in this video we will start reading The Last Leaf. As you know, this is chapter number 1 of unit number 1, Hope. This Hope is having two sections. Number 1 of that unit is The Last Leaf, and the second one is There is Another Sky. So There is Another Sky is a poem. Today we have to start The Last Leaf. As I have given you the introduction video, and there you must have seen that, and I hope you understood the story. Today we will do the reading of this story with the different pronunciations and the difficult words also. So this is the first page of your unit where listening activity is given. So this we will do afterwards. Second activity is say it right. Say it right. The English language has many words in which all the letters are not pronounced. For example, the sound of letter P in the word pneumonia. This is not pneumonia, it is pneumonia. This is what? Pneumonia. So this is the spelling of pneumonia, P-N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A, where P is silent. Okay, so today here in this on this page we will see the silent letters. So this is the grid given to you, and here you have to find out the words given in the pink box, right? Number 1 is column. Column, see, column. Second is miscellaneous. Third is pneumonia, and the first one is Islay. What is this? Islay. So find 5 words silent with the silent letters in this word grid. Now read these words aloud. Think of some other words with silent letters and discuss them in class. So dear students, as you can see here, the grid is given to you here. So in this grid you have to find out the 5 words which are having some silent letter also, and you have to send me on my WhatsApp number. So this is your homework for today. Okay. Next is, this is language ladder, and this is related to grammar. So this we will do in the grammar section. Now please open your book on page number 10. And here is the story, The Last Leaf. Pre-reading, the starting of your page you can see. Please keep the pencil in your hand so that you can write down the new words. Look at the words given on the 2 leaves. Which leaf carries word that stand for hope? Think of 2 more words of each kind. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually are given here, and you have to think 2 more words of the same kind which are for hope. So if we'll see this leaf, here the words are given upset, tired, afraid, depressed, unhappy. So these are not the words which are for hope. These are showing hopelessness actually, right? But when we see here in this leaf, here the words enthusiastic. What is this? Enthusiastic. Next is confident. Next is happy, lively, sure. So these words are actually the words with hopes. So in both of the leaf you have to add 2 words with the same meanings, like here which are having the same things or the same expression which are giving. So here also you have to add, and here also you have to add. Okay. When we start the reading of the chapter, let's see what is. Please listen to the text, listen to the video carefully, and please note down the difficult words. So I am reading here in the first line on page number 10. At the top of an old 3-story brick house, Sue and Johnsy had their studio. So the story is what? Story is, we have one more story, S-T-O-R-Y, story. That is what? That story is what? Tale, right? Kahani means. But here this story is what? Story of a house, that means manzil. Clear? So at the top of an old 3-story brick house, Sue and John C. had the studio. As we have seen that animated video, that studio, why they are using the word studio here? So because both of the girls, Sue and John C., they were artists. They used to do the painting, right? So that's why they are writing here studio. You can see this word studio on your page number 10. Studio is a place where artists paint their paintings. Okay, we have different type of studios. So this is one for painters. They had met in the restaurant of an 8th Street hotel. Now both of the girls, Sue and John C. First, let me tell you, this story is about two girls, Sue and John C. What is their profession? Their profession is what? They are artists, right? They are painters actually. They had met in the restaurant of 8th Street Hotel. So this is the name of the hotel where they met. Both were artists who had recently come to New York to make their living. That was in May, right? So both were artists, right? And where did they meet? They meet in 8th Street Hotel. Okay. Which month we are talking about? We are talking about May, right? Okay, next when we come to the second paragraph of this story, in November, a cold unseen stranger whom the doctors called pneumonia visited the city, touching one here and one there with the icy fingers. Okay, this icy finger is what? Icy finger means very cold. Okay, so in November, a cold unseen stranger. Now this is this story when she got sick actually. This is the case of November, right? In November, a cold unseen stranger whom the doctors call pneumonia, okay, visited the city, touching one here and one there with the icy finger. So almost everyone was suffering from pneumonia, right, in that particular city where they were living. He touched John C. and she lay, scarcely moving on her painted iron bed, looking through the small window at the blank wall of the opposite building. Now, as we have read that Sue and John C. are the two friends and both of them artists, right? Now, when we are talking about pneumonia, like nowadays it is what? Corona, right? So there was pneumonia at that time, and it is something, cough related problem. It is disease like that. So John C. got ill, sick or ill you can say, due to pneumonia, right? And she's scarcely moving. Scarcely means almost not. Okay, on her painted iron bed. She was sleeping there all the time. She keep on laying there, looking through the small window at the blank wall. So opposite in her room there was a window from where she could see a wall which was blank, right? So this is there in the second paragraph. When we talk about third paragraph, one morning the doctor invited Sue into the hall. She has about 1 chance in 10 to live, he said as he shook the thermometer, and that one chance depends upon her desire to get better. But your friend has made up her mind that she is going to die. Is she worrying about something? asked the doctor. So what happened when the doctor, he used to visit her daily actually because she was sick. So she said, the doctor said to Sue. Sue was who? The friend of John C., the girl who was sick, right? So when we talk about both of the girls, who was sick? John C. was sick, right? So the doctor said that it seems that she is not willing to live. ऐसा लगता है उससे कि वो जीना ही नहीं चाहती, उसने अपने जीने की उम्मीद ही छोड़ दी है. मतलब रोज़ मैं उसको मेडिसिन दे के जाता हूँ, रोज़ मैं उसको चेक करके जाता हूँ, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उसने अपनी डिज़ायर, शी इज़ नॉट विलिंग एट ऑल टू लिव, right? Is she worrying about something? So the doctor asked John C. that is he facing any trouble in her life? Asked the doctor. No, replied Sue. So Sue said, no, she is not, she is not having any worry, she is not having any trouble in life. Well, perhaps it is the result of her illness, but when a patient begins to feel sure that she is going to die, then I subtract 50% from the power of medicine. If you can succeed in making her interested in something, then I promise you a 1 in 5 chance for her instead of 1 in 10, suggested the doctor. Now, the doctor once again said when Sue answered, no, she is not having any trouble in life. So, well, perhaps it is a result of her illness. So, doctor said, okay, it may be due to her illness, but I will not give her the complete medicine, because the medicine will work only if the patient is willing to live, right? If he wanted to get cured well. If you can succeed in making her interested, so he suggested him, please make her interested to do something to live once again. I can promise she will be okay. Will Johnsy survive? Why do you say so? So this is the question now we have to see ahead. That will Johnsy survive? Why do you say so? Let's see this next paragraph. After the doctor had gone, trying not to show her sadness, Sue went into Johnsy's room. Whistling, Johnsy lay under the bedclothes, Will her face towards the window. Sue heard a low sound, several times repeated. Sue went quickly to the bedside. Johnsy's eyes were wide open. She was looking out of the window and counting backwards. So what happened here in this paragraph, that after the doctor had gone, now Sue wanted to make her friend happy, right? So she went there once again in her room, and she starting whistling, right? उसने सीटी बजाना शुरू करी. Johnsy lay under the bedcloth with her face toward the window, and she was not on the other hand, Johnsy was not worrying about her friend, and she was continuously staring outside from her window. Sue heard a low sound, several times repeated. Now when she went near her, she heard that my friend Johnsy is speaking something, a low sound, a murmuring is there. What was that? Sue went quickly to the bedside, and Johnsy's eyes were wide open. And what she was doing something. She was looking outside and counting something. And what she was counting? She was counting the leaves outside the, outside her window. That was the vine was there, and she was counting the leaves over there. So what she did next? Let's see. 12, she said, and a little later 11, and then 10, and then 9, and then 8, and then 7. Sue looked out of the window. What was Johnsy counting? There was only a grey, empty yard and blank wall of opposite house. Now, Sue is surprised at what she is counting, because there was nothing to count like this, because there was a yard. Here the meaning of the yard is also given here on this. In this box, yellow, it's a piece of ground, right, which is not having empty space, means you can say, right. So the blank wall of the opposite house, and next she could see the blank wall, मतलब सामने वाला जो घर था उसकी दीवार उसको दिखाई दे रही थी वहाँ से, and she could not understand that what she is looking outside, what she is counting, right. An old vine, dead at root, climbed halfway up the wall. So when she noticed that there is a vine and that is dead at the root, dead at the root means the root was not properly growing, that was climbed halfway up the wall. In that bare ball, there was the ball which was in the opposite their window, there was a house actually, and on that wall there was a vine. Vine is what? Vine is a you can see a plant that climbs, okay, upon the climber, you can say climber. So that was there, and she was counting the leaves of that vine. The cold autumn wind had blown almost all the leaves from the wine, and she noticed that wine is not having very less that was having very less leaves actually, because due to that autumn season they all shed away, right? The leaves when we are talking about. What it is, dear? Asked Sue. And Sue was very surprised. What are you counting on that wine? John C. replied in a low voice. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100. It was tough to count them. There are only 5 left now. 5, what, dear? Tell me, said Sue. So John C. replied in a low voice that before 2-3 days ago there were many on that wall. Many, she's talking about leaves, right? So she said, but right now when I am looking outside, only 5 leaves are there. So Sue surprised asked her actually, and she said, what 5 you are talking about? Said Sue. Now next we have to see, what do you think John C. is counting? So what she is counting? She is counting the leaves on the wine. Okay. Next is leaves. The leaves of that wine, John C. said. When the last leaf of the wine falls, I must go too. I have known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? So she said, I'm talking about the leaves on the wine. John C. replied, right? John C. is a girl who is sick. Okay, when the last leaf of the wine falls, I must go. कि जब ये last इस wine का जो पत्ता गिरेगा तो मैं भी मर जाऊंगी. I will also die. I have known that for 3 days. So she said, I noticed this for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? And doctor also told you the same thing, that she will die soon. Okay. The doctor didn't say any such thing. That is pure foolishness, said Sue. So Sue said that it is your foolishness, and doctor didn't say anything like that, that you will die. What connection have those old leaves with getting well? Now she is scolding her कि उससे तुम्हारे ठीक होने से और उस old wine के पत्तों से क्या connection है तुम्हारा? You are thinking like a fool. The doctor told me this morning that your chances of getting well soon are very excellent. So Sue is telling her. John C. kept her eyes fixed on the blank wall of the house opposite and murmured, there goes another leaf that leaves just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will go too. But John C., she's not at all interested to listen what Sue is saying, right? She has become actually hopeless, depressed, you can say, and that's why she is thinking कि जब last पत्ता गिरेगा उस wine का तो उसके साथ में ही मैं भी मर जाऊंगी. But John C. kept her eyes fixed on the blank wall opposite to her opposite and murmured. Murmured means to speak slowly. There goes another leaf. अभी वो बोल रही है कि अब एक और गिर गया. पहले तो 5 ही बचे थे, अब 4 ही रह गए. That leaves just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark, right? Now she said कि I want to see the last one कि कब गिरेगा, और जब गिरेगा last वाला पत्ता तो मैं भी मर जाऊंगी. So this was actually happening because she is very upset and she is very hopeless, that depressed because she is, and she thought that she would die with the last leaf. So that's why the chapter is named as the last leaf. Okay, so I think we should keep the story till here today, and we have covered till page number 11. In the next video we will study the story ahead. Till then, you please read the story, note down the word meanings, and try to solve the answers or write the answers of those questions which are giving with this green question mark like this. Okay, many 2-3 questions we have discussed, so that you have to write down. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy.